UFC 23 is live December 6th from T-Mobile Arena. Marab looks to make history for his fourth title defense in one calendar year. He's on a 14-fight win streak. This guy hasn't lost in 7 years. Co-main event, Pantoja, Joshua Van. Pantoja's on an 8-fight win streak. Guy looks unstoppable. He holds the flyweight record for most wins and finishes in UFC history. And Joshua Van's coming off one of the best fights you'll ever see in 2025 against Brandon Royval. All right, let's get into it. So, obviously, you just saw Gaethje versus Paddy Pimblett for the interim title. Earlier, Topuria posted, "I'm dealing with some personal problems, so I'm not gonna fight the first quarter." So the winner of Gaethje versus Paddy will be the interim title, and then they will face Topuria. Kayla Harrison and Amanda Nunes for the bantamweight title. That's a badass fight. You know, Kayla, it's her first title defense after beating Juliana Pena. She comes back to take on Kayla Harrison. No way in hell that fight isn't incredible. O'Malley and Song Yadong. Waldo Cortez Acosta versus Derek Lewis. Waldo coming off a win a week ago. Took the fight on 2 days' notice. Comes in and wins by knockout, and coming off the eye poke knockout win. This guy's having a fucking great year. And, you know, him and Derek Lewis is going to be fun as hell. Arnold Allen and Gene Silva. Alexa Grasso versus Rose Namajunas. And just added like an hour ago, 2 hours ago, however long ago, Umar Nurmagomedov versus Figueiredo. Fight is also on the card. And I'm going to announce this for you. So you guys are getting, that's going to be a pay-per-view type fight on Paramount Plus. You just pay your subscription, and I say this all the time. If you haven't seen Mobland, and now my new show is Landman, Mobland and Landman, two of the best shows you'll see ever. Fucking incredible. 1 week later, we have Alexander Volkanovski versus Diego Lopez on Paramount Plus. So that's January 31st, UFC 325 from Sydney, Australia. Volk versus Diego. There's a bunch of other fights on there. I'll tell you later. How's everybody? You guys good? You having a good Thanksgiving? You got any questions? You happy? You mad? What do you got? Some guy said L. He's having a rough day. Yeah, go follow Paramount UFC on Instagram too. Paramount UFC. What's up, Flex? Nina? Dana, do you have a message to all the vegans celebrating Thanksgiving? Yeah, what the fuck are you people even wasting your time for? Nina, if you don't have turkey, it isn't Thanksgiving. When's Chama fighting? He'll be fighting soon.
All right, so Dana, he just announced Arman versus Paddy Pimblett. He announced Amanda Nunes versus Kayla Harrison. That's going to be a really good fight. Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes. And then we got Alexa Grasso. Alexa Grasso's coming back. Omar's fighting Figueiredo. And Topuria is not fighting in the first quarter of next year. But that Gaethje fight versus what's his name, Paddy, that's gonna be a good fight. They're both really good strikers. Both have really good stand-up, really good boxers. Yeah, that'll be a good one. That's gonna be one look out for in the history books. So, and Kayla Harrison versus Amanda Nunes is also one to look out for. So it's gonna go in the history books of the UFC. The one of the greatest female UFC fighters Amanda Nunes is coming out of retirement just to fight Kayla Harrison. And man, I don't think that Amanda is going to win that because she's been inactive and yeah. I just think she's coming. She's fighting for money. And Kayla,